In 35 BBY, a mysterious audio message was heard across the galaxy, the voice of the long-dead Emperor Palpatine delivering a message declaring that revenge was at hand.
At last the work of generations is complete. The great error is corrected. The day of victory is at hand. The day of revenge. The day of the Sith.
That message set in place the events of the Rise of Skywalker and was quite possibly the biggest mistake Darth Sidious could have made, as it gave the heroes of the Resistance time to act. The events that followed saw Ben Solo turn back to the light side, the galaxy unite and defeat the Final Order in the Battle of Exegol, and Sidious himself was finally obliterated from existence in an extremely violent way. But what if Sidious hadn't sent out that message? Hadn't been arrogant enough to declare his return before his fleet was fully operational and was able to leave Exegol en masse? Without the knowledge of his return, Kylo Ren would never have gone in search of the Wayfinder on Mustafar, and would have continued his hunt of Rey and the Resistance as the First Order solidified its hold on large parts of the galaxy. General Pryde, who knew of Palpatine's existence from the very beginning, would have been secretly working behind the scenes to organise a coup against Ren when the time of the Final Order's attack was to come. This would involve high-ranking officials across the First Order fleet, including General Hux, who had considered aiding the Resistance to defeat Ren, but now he had an option that would allow him to retain his power without betraying his beliefs. Rey would have continued with her training on Ajan Kloss alongside General Leia, oblivious to the rising dark side power in the unknown regions, and the Resistance would continue scouring the galaxy for allies to fight in the war with limited success. When the Final Order's fleet of planet-killing Zeiston-class Star Destroyers are ready, they would deploy and leave Exegol, travelling in large groups across the galaxy to key planets who would be given the choice of submitting to the Final Order or be destroyed. A part of this fleet would be sent to engage the First Order forces, which splinter upon the attack. General Pryde's coup well underway, Star Destroyers battle across the galaxy in a struggle for survival, but now that the Zeiston-class Star Destroyers have left Exegol's atmosphere, they can deploy their shields, and they are far more powerful than the Resurgent-class Star Destroyers. Eventually, the First Order forces are defeated, and Kylo Ren is able to make an escape, but upon realising that he has been deceived, he goes off in search of Rey and the Resistance, who are scrambling to understand exactly what has happened. He initiates a force bond with Rey and they agree to work together, as the only hope of winning now is to cut the head off the snake of the newly emerging Sith Empire. Having learned of Exegol from Luke Skywalker's notes, they travel together to Mustafar and retrieve the ancient Sith Wayfinder that will lead them through the Red Nebula in the unknown regions. They arrive on Exegol alone and still in an uneasy alliance, where they delve into the depths of the Sith Temple, finding the damaged clone of Darth Sidious, who now once again is in control of the galaxy. And much like in the events of the Rise of Skywalker, the two face off against Sidious, who uses their dyad energy to regenerate himself. This time, however, as Kylo Ren has not redeemed himself, he is unbalanced, and his anger is out of control, and he ends up being sent into the abyss of Exegol, leaving Rey alone. Rey valiantly attempts to fight Sidious using her lightsaber to block his Force lightning. However, having never gone back to Acto and been given Leia's lightsaber, Rey only has Kylo's saber to depend upon to reflect the Force lightning back, and whether due to the Kyber crystal in Ren's saber being damaged, or it's still being bent towards the dark side of the Force, the saber fails Rey at her time of need. Sidious gets the upper hand as Rey tires, unable to continue to keep blocking the Sith Lord. She falls. Kylo climbs out of the abyss to see the last Jedi defeated, and without a weapon, he is no match for Darth Sidious, and he too succumbs. And so, Emperor Palpatine of the new Sith Empire rises, and declares himself to the galaxy. The Resistance scatters. Defeated, General Pryde is rewarded for his loyalty and is made the head of all Sith Empire forces, and the galaxy enters a new age of darkness.